Good morning. Today is Monday, April 20th, 2020. Welcome to our next reading lesson. We're going to get started by gathering your materials. Today you'll just need a pencil and your workbook, page 247. It looks just like this picture here, so find it in your blue folder now. Okay, now that you have all your materials, let's get started. We'll begin with our objective. Read it with me. Say, I can identify the characters, setting, and key details from the story. That's our kindergarten reading literature standard 2.3. Remember that characters are the people and animals and creatures in a story, and that the setting is outside, inside, here, and there. The setting of a story tells when and where. Daytime, nighttime, city or town. The setting is where it all goes down. So the characters we want to pay attention to today and the setting or where the story took place. We're going to begin with a video. I want you to enjoy this video called The Little Red Hen.
Little red hen went out one morning, found a little grain of corn. Who's gonna help me plant this seed? She asked her friends, pig, dog, and sheep. Who will help me dig the row? Turn the soil up with a hoe. Not I, said sheep, not I, said pig. Dog said, I've got bones to dig. Ha ha ha, come and play. Little red hen needs help today. Ha ha ha, you and me. Little red hen's a friend in need. Who will help me water the seed? Dig up all these nasty weeds. Not I, said pig, not I, said dog. Sheep said, go ask Mr. Frog. Who will help me pick the crop? Tear the husk off of the cob. Not I, said sheep, not I, said dog. Pig was busy sawing logs. Ha ha ha, come and play. Little red hen needs help today. Ha ha ha, you and me. Little red hen's a friend in need. Who will help me grind it up? Mix it with some eggs and milk. Not I, said dog, not I, said sheep. Pig didn't answer, he was still asleep. Muffins are ready, who wants to eat? They all came running, me, me, me. Little red hen asked, why should I share? When I needed help, you weren't there. Ha ha ha, come and play. Little red hen needs help today. Ha ha ha, you and me. Little red hen's a friend in need. Pig, dog, sheep began to cry and said, we want to apologize. You worked so hard. We didn't see that a friend in need is a friend indeed. Little red hen began to sing, forgiveness is a noble thing. She gave each friend their own corn cake and hoped they learned from their mistake. Ha ha ha, come and play. Little red hen needs help today. Ha ha ha, you and me. Little red hen's a friend indeed.
So boys and girls, that song was about Hen, and Hen needed a lot of help from her friends, but they kept saying no to her, that they had better things to be doing. And then when she had delicious food for them, they all wanted some, but was it very fair? They didn't help her. So they apologized, or they said, I'm sorry, and then the little red hen forgave them, and she gave them part of her food. Today we're going to read a story called Peter's Chair. And while I'm reading, I'm going to stop and ask questions, and I'm going to have you answer those questions out loud. And that's because good readers stop and ask and answer questions when they are a little bit confused, when they get to something that's tricky. And then at the end, we'll discuss the character, setting, and plot, and I'll give you something to do. So let me get to our story. Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. Peter stretched as high as he could. There! His tall building was finished. This right here, I read his name was Peter. Can you say Peter? He's our first character we're learning about. I want you to stop and think. What did Peter just build? Good job, boys and girls. A tall building. Crash! Down it came. Shh! Called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Oh no, boys and girls, what made Peter's tower fall over? Good job, I heard some good ideas. Boys and girls said the dog ran through the tower and knocked it over. Let's keep reading. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought, and they painted it pink. Oh, boys and girls, I see a new character. Who is this? Good job, it's Mom, and she's looking in the cradle. Can you say cradle? And inside there is the baby. But Peter said that used to be his cradle. But because now there's a new baby, it's pink because he has a new sister. Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint Sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. Boys and girls, what color was Peter's high chair when he was smaller? Good, it was blue. Now, what is Dad doing with his high chair? Painting it pink? Who do you think that high chair is going to be for now? I think you're right, maybe for the new sister. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib, it's painted pink too. Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. Do you see his old chair? It's still blue. He picked it up and ran to his room. Oh no, what do you think he's doing with his chair? Ooh, I heard someone say he might be hiding it. Let's find out. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. And Willie the dog got his bone. Is it a good idea for a little boy and his dog to run away from home? No, that is not safe. You're right, boys and girls. They went outside and stood in front of his home. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. So we can tell that they didn't go too far away, but they still left the home. You think Mom and Dad know that Peter's gone? Maybe not. Let's keep reading. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. Uh-oh, look at him. He's trying to fit in it, but he's too big. His mother came to the window and called, Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch. Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear. But then Peter got an idea. I want you to make a guess or a prediction. What do you think Peter's idea is? Good job. Let's keep reading. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. That rascal is hiding behind the curtain, she said happily. How do you know Mom sees Peter behind the curtain? You see his shoes underneath the curtain. Good job, boys and girls. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. Here I am, shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. Daddy, said Peter, let's paint the little chair pink for Susie. And they did. The end. Okay, boys and girls, now that we've been reading and we finished Peter's chair, let's stop and think about who were the characters. Point to your brain and say the characters were Peter and his mom and his new baby sister and his dad and Willie the dog. Good job, boys and girls. I have a question for you. Where was the setting, or where did the story take place? Did it take place in a jungle? Did it take place in the ocean? Did it take place in their treehouse? No, boys and girls, you're right. It took place at their house, in the kitchen and in the living room. And Peter even went outside, too. Good job. All right, let's think about what happened first. First, I remember that Peter was pretty upset. Why was he so upset? Oh yeah, because they painted all of his things pink, like his crib, and they were painting his high chair. He didn't like that. Let's think about the middle of the story. What happens in the middle? Remember, beginning, middle, end. That middle part, you're right. Peter got really upset and he ran away. And what did he take with him, boys and girls? You're right, his chair. Very good. And when he sat down in that chair, could he fit? Or was he too big now? You're right, he's too big. So at the end of the story, what do you remember happening? Think. Oh yes, Peter goes home and he paints his chair pink with his dad. Boys and girls, kiss your brain. And good job. Okay, for our last part of today's lesson, it's your turn to get out your workbook page 247 that looks just like this, and I'm going to walk you through what to do, okay? So write your name at the top. Very good. Okay, point to number 1. Good, boys and girls, right here. Okay, I want you to circle the picture that shows who the chair belongs to. Whose chair is it? Is it Peter's chair or is it Willie the dog's chair? Good. Let's move on to number 2. Circle the picture that shows where the story happens. Did it happen in the sandcastle or at a house? Circle the correct answer. Good job. And number 3. I want you to circle the picture that shows what Peter does with the chair. What does he do? Does he paint the chair with his dad? Or does he throw the chair in the trash? Good job, boys and girls. When you're all done, I have an extra special task for you to try to do. I want you to get on some spy binoculars, just like this, and look around your house and find some furniture that is in your house. For example, you might find a dresser. You might find a couch. You might find a desk. Get your special goggles out and go look around and see what you can find in your house, boys and girls. Have your family members take a picture of this paper and send it to me. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you next time. Bye.